Oh, hey, today we're going to be discussing the 2017 film The Dark Tower, based on the Stephen King series of the same name. This isn't going to be a beat for beat review, more of a pros and cons type deal. And let me tell you, the cons outweigh the pros big time. It's not even close. So let's get into it. The screenwriters consisted of Nicolaj Arcel, who worked on Nothing I Really Know or Care to Know, Jeff Pinkner, he worked on The Amazing Spider Man 2 and The Fifth Wave, Anders Thomas Jensen, he worked on over 50 films I couldn't pick out of a lineup other than Antichrist, for which he was a story supervisor, and Akiva Goldsman, he worked on Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Lost in Space, which suck, and A Beautiful Mind and I, Robot, which are decent movies. This was a major red flag once it was announced. Anyone familiar with the series knows that its contents are very mature. What the fuck were they thinking? 7 books, over 4,000 pages, great characters and locations out the ass with some thick lore to boot. And from that, they came up with a film that barely reaches 90 minutes and can't explain what it's trying to tell you or show you past a surface level. In the first 2 minutes, there's so much going on you can't keep up. And I hope you buckled your fucking seatbelt because we're not letting up. Oh, did you see an animal posing as a human? Well, forget that, kid. We gotta fucking roll. The writing of the gunslinger in this film is a little head scratching. Oh, wait.
You're a gunslinger, right?
There are no gunslingers. Not anymore.
He's not a gunslinger. Not anymore. Or would you tell us differently?
Only a god would lie to us here.
The fuck? That's Roland's main purpose. The gunslingers protect the tower. This movie just has him trying to get vengeance on the man in black for killing his father. What the hell is that? Oh, and this is a spoiler for the book series and something that should have been explained in the film, but oh fucking well. This is meant to be a sequel to the book series. Roland is in a loop in his quest for the tower. Once he makes it to the tower, the cycle starts again. Cause a will. And depending on his actions, things slightly change on his next go. This is all according to King himself. And the fact that that line is even in this film is a slap in the face to the character. Roland is a straight up badass, willing to sacrifice anything to reach the tower, and is a gunslinger through and through, no matter. That's his caw, his will. Ugh, moving on. This one ties to the last. Making Jake the protagonist is one of the biggest mistakes, well, if not the biggest mistake this film makes. This undercuts Roland at almost every turn. We get no idea of who Roland is other than flashbacks, which this film is fucking littered with, of him and his father reciting the Gunslinger's Creed. Oh shit, wait, I mean the cool saying that Roland uses throughout the film, but we don't know why, other than it sounds cool. Jake is always in constant danger, and since we only have a 90-minute running time, and that's with credits, we never get any development for these characters other than just absolute fucking basics. Ugh, it's Jake's day out. Moving on. Hey, remember all those lovable characters from the books? Well, forget that shit because they're nowhere to be found in this film. You get Jake, and that's it. And it's a piss poor Jake at that. No offense to Tom Taylor or anything, he does a fine job, but the writing for this character is just What's the fucking point at all? Strip it all down so bad to alienate fans and make it just confusing enough to tell everybody else, hey, fuck off. He's the saving grace of this film, and the only good thing I can say about this piece of shit. The Dark Tower's biggest problem is being based on the Dark Tower series. The fans of the series were disappointed, and people looking to use this as a launching point to get into the books, it never happened. Not exactly sure who this was supposed to appeal to, honestly. It's actually impressive how they managed to fuck this up so much with all the source material King gave them, and the character and development and the world building. And they managed to make such a dull film with all this. I didn't want the books to end, but I couldn't wait for this fucking film to be over. This film could have had a different name and worked decently on its own. It still would have been a rushed mess, but at the same time, it wouldn't have had the burden of King's magnum opus on its back. What could have been the start of a franchise with possible tie-in television series turned into an incoherent rushed wannabe blockbuster for summer. They've forgotten the faces of their fathers. I give it 3 towers down. Absolute shit.